Vardaan 1. The Ultimate Boon. Written by Mr. Deepak Sadia. Chapter 21. This is my friend. The night satsang organized for Batuk went off very well. One by one, everyone went back. Everyone got busy in their own life after going from Uttarasadaka Gurukul. Jagdish felt that his income had been settled permanently, so he told the family members that he was mentally ready to make someone's daughter his wife. The family members had been waiting for his yes for a long time, so they immediately arranged things for his marriage. Even though Jagdish wanted very much, he could not call Batuk, because Jagdish was afraid that Batuk might not understand that his friend was making fun of his poverty. He told his feelings to Rasik and Dev through letters. Rasik forbade Jagdish to do so, but Dev agreed with his thoughts. When the three friends met on an auspicious occasion, everyone missed Batuk. Jagdish started sobbing. Will you keep thinking only about your own happiness, or will you think of Batuk's mind as well? In poverty he will attend your marriage, but all the time he will consider himself inferior. Gurus often say that there is no benefit to that auspicious work, in which even a single person's conscience is distressed. Dev explained. Jagdish understood so, and Rasik liked that too. Rasik was very proud of Dev. He understood that sometimes it is better not to include loved ones in his happiness. Dev had thought that everything would be normal. But he was forgetting one important thing in the context of life. To understand and to be able to implement the understood thing in life, these two are different activities. Often humans fail to implement what they have understood into life. The same happened with Dev's friends. So Dev had to explain to both his friends again and again. Both of them felt better after each of his efforts. 2 days before marriage, both became completely normal. Only then did Dev really start enjoying the marriage. Before that, Dev was just pretending to be blissful. Rasik and Dev enjoyed the wedding a lot. After the farewell of the bride, both of them had a good thought that if they had enjoyed so much in Jagdish's marriage, then their marriage would be amazing. They also got brides. While that good thought showed Dev his right destination, the family members of Rasik lost their sleep. Dev knew what kind of girl he wanted. So he told his brother's wife his choice. His sister-in-law found a girl according to his choice, and the marriage ceremony was completed very quickly. At least Rasik thought that Dev's marriage happened quickly. Rasik didn't even know what kind of girl he wanted. Sometimes he wanted a girl full of all qualities, and sometimes a thought came into his mind, what is the fault of that good girl to whom Mother Nature has not given innate qualities? If the commotion was limited to his thoughts, it would have been fine, but Rasik used to tell his every new idea to his whole family. Due to that, neither the family understood what exactly Rasik wanted, nor did Rasik's steady desire reach Mother Nature. Being fed up, Rasik called Jagdish and Dev. Dev gave up for the first time in his life because for the 10th time in 3 days, Rasik had changed his mind. Brother, listen to me carefully. Suppose you say that you want such a girl who may look good but cooks food deliciously, then Mother Nature will start arranging such a girl for you. After that, if you start saying, I don't mind if a girl doesn't know how to cook, but she should be looked very beautiful so that she doesn't feel inferior in walking with you, then Mother Nature will leave your previous desire and start searching for a girl according to the new desire. In such a situation, if you make a 3rd, 4th, and 5th wish, then Mother Nature will never know what your exact wish is. What do you want exactly? Jagdish calmly explained to Rasik. Not only did Rasik understand his words, but he also understood that Jagdish had become more mature after marriage. Jagdish was about to stop Rasik when Dev turned and saw Rasik. Jagdish guessed Rasik's future in a moment. Dev very lovingly came and sat near Rasik. First of all, I have not found such a girl, after seeing whom I would say that is the one with whom I can see the sunset of the last evening of my life. A girl was found with the help of my sister-in-law, but her love affair was going on. Somehow I got another girl, but she did not want to marry so far away. Totally went for the 7th time, and found a girl with whom the waves of my mind could connect properly. Then the elders of her house said that we have to match the horoscope first. Being a student of Uttarasadaka Gurukul horoscope, my mind was in turmoil. I refused, and then the girl came to meet me. She said that she had accepted me as her husband. Now going with someone else will not be in line with dignity. Do whatever you want, but somehow convince my family members. After that Rasik, you are listening to me. After that I begged a pundit, lied and got that pundit to lie as well, and then somehow the marriage took place. I thought that now married life would be enjoyed. But no, my family members have to see all their gods and goddesses because just because of them I agreed to get married and I got married too. Dev was speaking in anger, and Rasik looked at Jagdish nervously. Dev immediately forcibly turned Rasik's face towards himself. Don't look at Jagdish, listen to my story. For 3 months, a staunch atheist like me visited different types of temples. I thought let's get away with it, now let's enjoy married life. But no, just as my family members could not tolerate my happiness, similarly my wife's family members were also unable to tolerate my happiness. A message has come from the in-laws to send the girl. While Dev was speaking, Rasik looked at Jagdish in fear again. Before Jagdish could tell Rasik that it was the reason why I was stopping you from asking, Dev again turned Rasik's neck towards him. My dear friend, Dev is not there, I am here. I asked angrily why I should send my wife to her old house. So they send a reply that their great pundit G says that the next month and a half is inauspicious, and the bride and groom should not stay together. What is auspicious, and what is inauspicious for the student of Uttarasadaka Gurukul? This was my mistake. Neither my wife studied in Uttarasadaka Gurukul, nor did my family, nor did my wife's family. The ignorant people together did such wretched things that even I got scared. My wife went back to her maternal home. Don't look there. Look here. After that only I know how I spend the inauspicious period of a month and a half in 3 months. My idiot in-laws were not ready to send their daughter. I said that you have got the girl married, now at least send her. But every day, they used to make some stupid excuse. I, the ex-meritorious student of Uttarasadaka Gurukul, once again pleaded to that pundit, and with great difficulty, got an auspicious time to bring your sister-in-law back. I was waiting for the letter from my in-law's house as a doorman outside my house. Dev was saying Rasik wanted to turn his neck again. That time Dev caught hold of his neck with his hands and kept holding it. You know, friend Rasik, I did not get the letter from my in-laws, instead your messenger came and told me that Rasikananda ji has just called. There is a big problem, Dev said everything in one breath. By now the badly frightened Rasik had confined himself. I strangled my desires and went immediately, fulfilling the duty of friendship. When I come here, what do I see that the name of Rasikananda ji's biggest problem is Rasikananda ji himself? Oh! Wicked, how can we tell what you want? You call yourself such a great scientist, and you don't understand what we need. Either our prudence knows it or our conscience knows it. Even then both of us have been trying to remove the stone lying on your thick intellect for 3 days, but you are not understanding even after understanding. And now Rasikananda ji wants to know what happened to Dev after marriage. Should I tell you what has happened to me? Dev shouted. Hearing Dev's roar, Rasik's family members came running to his room. They saw that both of Rasik's friends were very tense, and Rasik was sitting calmly. Hey, I am telling you to get him exorcised by a proven tantric. He had made our life difficult. Now he is after our innocent guests, said the distressed mother crying. Rasik felt very bad, but he was helpless too. Dev, I will do whatever you say now, Rasik said firmly. You will back down, Dev said angrily. Rasik gestured with his hand near his head, as if he had imprisoned his mind in his fist. Then he went to the window, and pretended as if he had thrown his mind away. Now you are convinced? Rasik asked firmly. After being a scientist, you have also become an actor, came out from the mouth of a perplexed Dev. Rasik stared at him. Then Jagdish came forward and took care of Dev. Dev calms himself down watching Rasik's body language. Then Jagdish sent Rasik and meditated deeply in solitude. Leave your rope in the hands of Mother Nature. Whatever the first offer comes to you, you will accept it. See, we fall in love with inanimate objects too, so if not today, then tomorrow you will definitely fall in love with that girl. If it is a matter of virtues or demerits, Mother Nature has made you a scientist. You will fill that girl with virtues by making her practice. That's why throw away the bundle of all worries. Whatever first offer comes to you, you should accept it. Dev said seriously. Dev had thought that Rasik would at least say something silly. But Rasik only said Tathasta. Come on now, said Rasik. Where? Jagdish asked. Where else we can go, we are going to get sister-in-law. I felt that we did not give enough time to Dev's in-laws, so they failed to give us the best hospitality they wanted to give us. So now we will give them a second chance. Now we will go there and lie there till they sadly send us off along with our sister-in-law. Rasik said seriously. At first, Dev was very happy to hear that, but in a short while he remembered something. Something which was called son-in-law's dignity. But if you get entangled in the affair of ifs and buts, you will remain a bachelor even after being married for the rest of your life. Habits, my friend, habits. These are the habits that make the thinking mind of a human being its slave. If you do not correct the habits of your in-laws now, then this will continue for the rest of your life. So put the shame of living in the in-laws' house on the stove and pretend to be top-rated brazen. Rasik advised, interrupting Dev. Hearing everything, Dev looked at Jagdish. Jagdish thought for a while and said yes. He had thought that both of them would go, but they forcibly took Jagdish along with them to create additional pressure on the in-laws. Rasik's plan worked. After serving Jamai Babu, son-in-law, and his friends in just 15 days, the in-laws gave up. But the Jamai Babu was not even taking the name of leaving. Dev annoyed them so much that they would not even call their daughter the next time they met her in the market. Dev's wife was not able to understand whether she should be happy thinking about her husband's love or be sad seeing the condition of her family members. She asked her husband to go to their home, but Dev showed his helplessness in front of the wishes of his friends. One is unmarried, but the other is married. Why doesn't he go home? Dev's father-in-law asked his daughter angrily. That's the problem. Everyone is disturbed because of the unmarried one. If he gets a bride, he will spare the lives of both of them as well. The elder brother replied to the father, on behalf of his sister. That night, the grieving family together wished for Rasik's marriage. On the 5th day itself, the messenger from Rasik's house reached Dev's in-laws' house. The girl is beautiful, well-mannered, and knows how to cook. The only problem is that she only does things when she feels like doing them. Jagdish said, sadly reading the letter. Although Jagdish had started with happiness, his happiness was gone after reading the last words. Dev also looked sad on hearing so. When both of them saw Rasik, they were surprised because Rasik was blushing. No, you cannot marry her. I take my promise back. Dev said worriedly. I will marry her, said Rasik firmly. Rasik, I have freed you from my promise. You don't need to do this. Dev said angrily. Hey, calm down, friend. What do you think I am compromising by doing this? No, my brother, just see through my eyes. First of all, see the honesty of her and her family. Then see that she is also beautiful and knows cooking too. And in the end, see that she works only when she has really wanted to do it. That is, whenever she does something, she will do it with full intention. Oh wow. This is called a perfect offer. Bobby G, sister-in-law, make arrangements for the food, we will leave immediately after the food. Rasik said very happily. In no time, Rasik got married to the same girl. While Jagdish Dev used to stay away from the kitchen, Rasik and his wife used to take turns doing household chores. Rasik's family felt very ashamed, but Rasik was very happy. If anyone was happier than Rasik, she was Rasik's wife, who still could not believe that she had found a husband who understood her well, because everyone had told her so to date, that no good boy will ever make you his bride. Even if a boy agrees because of her beauty, the boy's family will never agree. Rasik and his family fulfilled the wish of that innocent girl, and made everyone else to be ashamed of their harsh words for the rest of their lives. In that way, all three friends of Batuk also got married. Like Jagdish, even Dev and Rasik could not call their dear friend Batuk even after wanted strongly. After marriage, everyone extended their family further. They did not want to limit the happiness of the children to themselves, so they sent a call to Batuk. But they could not find Batuk. They felt that Batuk's condition would not improve. They did not want to trouble his father, so did not go to his house. They also felt that the father would not know something about him. And the wheel of time moved forward 4 years. By now everyone had forgotten Batuk, and was busy in their respective lives. Then one day, after getting free time from work, Jagdish felt like visiting the city. He told the family members and left for the city with the horse. He had gone there after a long time, that's why everything seemed different to him. Stopping at some new shops, he checked the goods there and bought sweets from an old sweet shop for his home. After some time he left for home. In the middle of the city, an announcement was going on in which information was being given about the arrival of Seth Batukeshwara. Whenever I hear the name of this Seth, wealthy man Batukeshwara, I remember my friend Batuk. For many years I could not meet Batuk, so why not meet this Seth today itself? Anyway, he is a big personality, what is the harm in increasing interaction? Thinking like that, Jagdish returned home. As always, Jagdish was very happy by giving sweets to the family members. His wife served the food. Today he was eating food, remembering Batuk. The wife asked, "Where is the attention today?" So Jagdish told the truth. His wife also advised him to meet Seth Batukeshwara. According to the announcement, Seth Batukeshwara was about to enter the city just after noon, so the wife reminded Jagdish of the right time. Jagdish again took a bath and, dressed in expensive clothes, headed towards the newly made Dharamshala, a charity place where people take shelter free of cost. The new Dharamshala was built by Seth Batukeshwara only. He was about to come to inaugurate it that day. After reaching Dharamshala, Jagdish saw that many famous personalities of the surroundings had reached with the hope of meeting Seth Batukeshwara. Everyone was waiting for him with impatient eyes. Among them there were some people whom Jagdish had tried many times in the past to meet, but they could not meet. When Jagdish saw such people also waiting for Seth Batukeshwara, he was very impressed by Seth Batukeshwara. Seth Batukeshwara seemed to be much more successful and wealthy than Jagdish thought. He told himself that his decision to come was very appropriate. So he also happily started waiting for the arrival of Seth Batukeshwara. Suddenly there was an announcement, and just before the auspicious time, Seth Batukeshwara arrived with his family in 3 chariots. From the narration the crowd came to know that Seth Batukeshwara was accompanied by his wife, son, daughter, mother, father, sister, brother-in-law, niece and 2 nephews. Apart from that, his younger uncle, aunt and 2 cousins were also traveling with Seth Batukeshwara, along with their respective families. It was also told that Seth Batukeshwara always travels with his family. Such a great man and so timely, a great surprise. A man said, who was standing with a garland of flowers in his hands. "Sorry, gentlemen, but a great man is the one who does all the work on time. The man who cares about his own and everyone's time is called great." Jagdish spoke because he could not resist himself to speak. "I have received this knowledge for the first time." The person said jokingly. "Because this knowledge is available only in Uttarasadaka Gurukul, I am surprised to see how the knowledge of Uttarasadaka Gurukul came to Seth Batukeshwara. Look at that, he is in the 3rd chariot." The person interrupted Jagdish and said that because he suddenly saw Seth Batukeshwara. The commotion in the crowd suddenly increased a lot. Jagdish had to struggle a lot with the crowd to see Seth Batukeshwara's face. After a lot of hard work, when he saw Seth Batukeshwara, the word Batuk came out of his mouth, because the face of Seth Batukeshwara was identical to his friend Batuk. Batuk's beard was still disheveled like in the old days. He was also not wearing any special clothes. Onlookers were praising Batuk's style as the great man who likes simplicity. "It is really Batuk only," Jagdish said. A person standing nearby heard Jagdish's words, then anger emerged on the person's face. "Please, gentlemen, you must call him Seth Batukeshwara ji, he is a great person." The person spoke irritatingly. "But he is my friend Batuk." Surprised, Jagdish told his truth. Hearing so, the person felt even worse. He felt that this rude person was making excuses, instead of apologizing for his rudeness. "Have you seen your condition? You calling him friend, have some shame." The person scolded Jagdish and said. Jagdish was more surprised to hear so. "What do you mean, sir? I have 3 big houses and 20 acres of land." Showing his expensive clothes, Jagdish tried to reveal his status. The person laughed out loud instead of being impressed. "Sir, you have heard the name of Seth Sadananda of Dharamgarh?" The person asked with great love. Jagdish was shocked for the 3rd time because in the middle of the conversation, why did this person start talking about Seth Sadananda? He felt that that person was trying to find out whether Jagdish knew about the eminent people of the society or not. "Yes, he is the zamindar of the nearby village." Jagdish expressed as if he knew Seth Sadananda very well. "Yes, the same. He has 100 acres of land, and at this time he is standing with you as a part of the crowd to welcome Seth Batukeshwara. Now you guess where you appear in front of Seth Batukeshwara ji." The person said very politely, while trying to show Jagdish his status. Jagdish was surprised for the 4th time, and that time he was also embarrassed. Jagdish found himself quite helpless in front of Batuk. Before Jagdish asks how that person did know about Seth Sadananda. Even before that, the person explained by the gesture that he was Sadananda, the owner of 100 acres. "But he is really my friend." Those words came out of Jagdish's mouth very innocently in a very slow voice. Jagdish's style was telling that he cannot compete with Sadananda, but he is not a liar either. Okay, now I understand you. You can really be his friend, because he addresses everyone as a friend only. But sir, the elephant and the mouse can never be friends. Today no one in Aryavarta who does not know him. There is no business that he does not do. I will only say about his wealth, that wherever he goes for a few months, he buys a house and starts living there with the whole family. Have you seen the house named Anand Kunj, which was being renovated at the northern end of this city? Sadananda asked while explaining to Jagdish. Yes, I had passed by there last month, but sir, Anand Kunj is not a house, it is a Haveli mansion. Jagdish said as he tried to correct Sadananda. Jagdish thought that Sadananda had mistakenly called the Haveli to the house. Sir, you are right. That is Haveli, but that is Haveli for poor people like me who have just 100 acres. But for Seth Batukeshwara, Anand Kunj is just a small house, who has the capacity to donate even to kings. Sadananda corrected Jagdish on his behalf and told him. So did he buy that mansion too? Jagdish asked, startled again. Not by him, by Seth Batukeshwara ji. Arguing with you is useless. Before the flowers of my garland wither, I will try to meet him. Saying, Sadananda started leaving, then after thinking something he turned back. Well, won't you go to meet your friend? Seth Sadananda asked mockingly and left without waiting for an answer. Sadananda became dynamic, but Jagdish became inert. It took some time for Jagdish to regain consciousness. The crowd kept on increasing. Jagdish saw Seth Batukeshwara for a moment and ran away to the market. Jagdish gave money and hired horses to 2 people and instructed them to bring Dev and Rasik without stopping. The messengers reached their destination quickly because of the horses. On receiving the message like an emergency, Rasik immediately wrapped up his work and reached Dev after a day's journey. Dev was waiting for him, so both of them quickly went to Jagdish's house. Jagdish had been waiting for 5 days. Don't know why he had not eaten food properly for so many days. Rasik and Dev reached him on the 6th afternoon. Jagdish did not even inquire about the well-being of his friends, and told them about the incident at the door itself. You want to say that the Seth Batukeshwara we have been hearing about for so many years is none other than our friend Batuk? Rasik asked seriously. It cannot happen. Don't forget that Batuk is a master of lying. Denying Batuk's claim of being rich, Dev explained. I also think the same, but how to find out the truth? Jagdish asked. It's easy, you didn't even ask for water. Let's go and be the guest of our friend Seth Batukeshwara. Rasik gave reprimands and suggestions at the same time. Hearing so, Jagdish felt that physical violence should be done with Rasik. Hey, I've been sleepless for 5 nights, I can't remember when I had a full stomach and you want to drink water, Jagdish told his sorrow. Jagdish wanted his dear friend to pay attention to his state of mind, instead of paying attention to his inappropriate behavior. Calm down Jagdish, Rasik was joking. If seen, Rasik's solution is good. Dev explained. You want me to calm down, oh friend. I wish somehow anybody took you in the past, and then you see the grand reception of Batuk by your eyes. At least you must see there, how Sadhananda, the zamindar of 100 acres humiliated me. It is not that I am saddened by the progress of Batuk. You guys know what we think about each other. We understand Jagdish, your only pain is that Batuk is pretending again, Dev said understandingly. Jagdish was relieved to hear so. He expected similar words from Rasik too, but Rasik was busy smelling the fragrance that was coming from Jagdish's kitchen. As per the plan, all 3 went to the Haveli named Anand Kunj, and told the gatekeeper to inform their master, Seth Batukeshwara, that his friends Devendra, Rasikananda and Jagdish had come from Uttarasadaka Gurukul. The gatekeeper, who was about to send them away, was at first surprised to see the faith on the faces of all 3. Then he thought that he could not take the risk of returning the friends of the owners Gurukul. The gatekeeper stopped all 3 at the door itself and went in. He informed the mistress about the guests. Who has come? Batuk's wife Swaragini asked the gatekeeper as if at the door of Seth Batukeshwara. Such a Seth has come, who is even greater than Seth Batukeshwara. Devendra, Rasikananda and Jagdish have come from Uttarasadaka Gurukul. They are calling themselves friends of our great Andata, food giver. The gatekeeper repeated his words with great surprise. Just then an employee came out of the meeting room and went near to the mistress. Anadatri, food giver, the Andata has said that now he should not be bothered till evening. He is very tired and wants to rest. The employee messaged and started to leave. A very happy Swaragini quickly went to the meeting before the employee left. She gave the good news to Batuk, who was resting. Batuk jumped with joy. Forgetting his tiredness, he immediately started going towards the door. You don't think this luxury is special, but don't your friends deserve it? Swara explained while asking. Batuk thought for a moment and smiled. The 3 friends entered the Haveli with royal pomp. Dev and Rasik were very happy, but Jagdish could not enjoy it. He only wanted to know the truth. Going forward, Batuk and Swara welcomed them themselves. Jagdish also became happy seeing the genuine affection in Batuk's eyes. The 4 friends hugged happily. Today is a very auspicious day, friends. After a long time, I am getting your company. My soul became very happy. Very pleased, Batuk spoke. He often talks about the 3 of you. Sometimes I was even jealous of all 3 of you. In every second thing, he kept on giving the example of one of you. Seeing your love with my eyes today, I am confused about whether all of you are friends or brothers. Swara expressed her happiness with those words. Bobby G, we are greater than brothers. But the real happiness has come from meeting you, not from meeting him. How did this idiot get such a beautiful wife? Rasik said in his familiar style. Now tell me, was I wrong? Batuk asked Swara. You are wrong because everything else is fine, but Brother Rasik hasn't asked anything about food yet. Everyone laughed when Swara said, Bobby G, he has wanted to eat food from your hands for so many years, but Batuk did not give him the opportunity, Dev said while complaining about Batuk. Bobby's food was needed, friends, whether you want it or not. No matter how many excuses you make, now you will have to eat food from my Swarale's hand for at least 2 weeks, Batuk pronounced the verdict. Everyone was doubly happy to hear so, because they too wanted the same thing. They planned to stay near Batuk for several days and find out the truth. They didn't even have to say anything, and their job was done. Now that you have given the order, we have to obey, Jagdish said while being happy. Jagdish, you live near here, but our house is far away, Dev explained to Jagdish by making him realize his and Rasik's condition. Before Jagdish could reply, Rasik came forward. Dev, you shut up, we will stay, Bobby G. Rasik has given his order. Then Dev could not say anything even after wishing. Batuk Swara unleashes everything they have on their guests. They gave them an idea of how the trappings of kings are. Better from one another dishes were served at the meal, and they also went to hang around every afternoon, along with his royal entourage. Wherever they went, the name of Seth Batukeshwara would be hailed, and the 3 friends would enjoy sitting on the chariot. They felt that Batuk was a king. Swara did a lot of shopping for the families of Batuk's friends. Swara bought many useful things along with clothes. Spending so much, the husband and wife themselves lived in simple clothes. The friends were surprised to see that all the family members of Batuk lived their lives according to the principles of Uttarasadaka Gurukul. They used to eat and drink like Uttarasadaka Gurukul. They used to sleep like Uttarasadaka Gurukul. As a result, Batuk's family was also fit and looked much younger than their age. Batuk and Rasik were having a lot of fun, but Dev and Jagdish were not in a good mood, because the wealth and glory of Batuk did not decrease even after 19 days. There was no decrease in Batuk Swarale's sense of hospitality. Dev and Jagdish were not only feeling guilty for their suspicion, but at the same time they could not digest how their poor friend had become so rich. How did poor Batuk emerge as Seth Batukeshwara? When Rasik saw both of them in bad condition, only then did he remember what was their real purpose for coming to Batuk's place. He also accepted the truth and advised his friends to go to Gurukul. Both agreed immediately. When Batuk came to know about so, he also expressed his desire to go with them. Dev and Jagdish kept stopping Rasik, but he accepted Batuk's wish. At the same time, Batuk called his assistants and gave them some instructions. The next morning all 3 saw bullock carts full of grain passing by. Looks like a grain merchant's caravan is passing by, Jagdish said, speculating. Friends, now we should also leave. If we start our journey now, only then we will reach Gurukul after the 3rd afternoon. Dev told his guests. Batuk agreed, and all 4 started their journey on their respective horses. Batuk wanted to go to Gurukul the way ordinary students used to go. So instead of going on a chariot, he chose to ride a horse himself. Everyone was very happy to see Batuk riding a horse, because the last time he was about to go to Gurukul on foot. Despite being happy for their friend, Dev and Jagdish's faces were hanging. It was also haunting them continuously why Batuk did not tell them about his success. On the one hand, Batuk was behaving like a stranger by not telling his success, and on the other hand he kept them at his home for many days in utmost comfort. Dev had already rejected the idea that he was doing so to make them look down, because Dev's keen eyes were an expert in reading everyone's behavior. Batuk was neither faking, nor was he showing off and letting them down. Then why didn't he tell his special friends about his super success? In the 2 nights that came on the way, Dev felt like asking him, but he could not ask. Batuk knew that his friends would be surprised, but to what extent even he did not know. Batuk had not talked about his work even once in all those days. Whenever he talked, he talked about them and their families. He used to talk about the merits of his friends. He talked about the accompaniment of his wife. Even while going to the Gurukul, Batuk talked only about the days of the Gurukul and about the acharyas. Everyone reached the main gate of Uttarasadaka Gurukul on the third afternoon. There was a long queue of bullock carts on their way. Their drivers were resting. Batuk got down from the horse and went ahead on foot. These are the same carts which, it means that Batuk had sent all these to Gurukul. Rasik guessed. Dev Jagdish also expressed acceptance while remaining silent. When all four entered the Uttarasadaka Gurukul, they found the Gurukul decorated. After lunch, the children who were lazing around gathered around him, shouting slogans of Batuk. He is still Batukeshwara the winner, for them, Rasik spoke. He has a right to it, but decorating the Gurukul and giving so much grain. I am feeling like boasting. Why is Batuk showing off? Dev said angrily. When a child heard those words, he came to Dev. Sir, if it is a show-off, then it is very good because it will happen again after a few months, and will bring happiness to us. The child spoke happily. You mean Batuk will come again? Rasik asked. Yes, Batukeshwara ji will come again as he often does. Whenever he comes, that is most likely every 4 to 5 months, he does the same. You get to eat a lot of sweets. The child said happily. Rasik's mouth watered as fast as he heard about the sweets. But seeing Dev's seriousness, he remained silent. Will come again after 4 to 5 months. Has Batuk come to Gurukul before also? Jagdish understood and questioned that child. It was said that he often comes. You must be aware that our Uttarasadaka Gurukul runs only on charity, so Batukeshwara ji keeps coming to donate. The child answered again. 3 times we have also sent grains to the Gurukul. Does he donate more than us? Dev asked. I don't know that. I can only say that he has been doing this for the last 5 years since I came here. Saying the child went away. Impossible, 6 years ago Batuk was poor. How can he become Seth Batukeshwara after just 1 year? Maybe. Dev stopped saying because he saw the same boy coming back. The boy quickly reached them. I forgot to say that you people also show off sometimes, as Batukeshwara ji does often. The child spoke. The child went away after saying so, but he purposely insulted all 3. Did your Seth Sadananda do the same? Rasik asked in a low voice. Thankfully you have realized my condition, Jagdish said. This boy has? I have no words at all, said Rasik, stammering. Friend, add 100 times humiliation to the humiliation given by this child. Seth Sadananda gave that much to me. When Jagdish spoke, Rasik fell at his feet. Rasik wanted to explain that he would not have been able to tolerate such an insult. Both of you shut up. What that child did was his right. If someone speaks against the person who does charity, he should be shown a mirror. Dev went ahead saying. Rasik Jagdish started talking in a low voice that Batuk was called a show-off by Dev, so why was the child shown the mirror to them too? When Dev started saying something, Pradhanacharya came out of Jagdish's mouth. Both of them remembered the Pradhanacharya at the same time. So after some time, all 3 were standing in Pradhanacharya's room. The Pradhanacharya Dipendra was smiling. When all 3 came out of the room in a sad state, they saw Batuk playing with the children. According to Gurudev, what Batuk did is not a secret, and even if it is, it has always been told about it to every student in the Uttarasadaka Gurukul. Rasik repeated the words of the Pradhanacharya Dipendra. If everyone has been told, then why not tell us? Dev asked angrily. Dev forgot that by doing so, he was slandering his acharyas. Oh, leave that, think who told Batuk and when. Did he ask for a Vardaan boon, by doing penance etc. to please some god? Jagdish expressed apprehension. When Dev, who was already irritated, heard Jagdish's words, he felt like doing physical violence with him. Standing in the Gurukul, you are remembering God. Have you lost your mind, or are you 6 years old? Dev scolded. Jagdish immediately started peeping next door. Jagdish, my friend, how long have we spent in Batuk's house? Did you see any idol of God there? Or did you see him doing some worship? Leave him. Even his family members don't take the name of any god. While there are idols of gods in our homes, and worship is also done in our homes. Our family members had rejected the teachings of Uttarasadaka Gurukul, but it seems that the whole family of Batuk has been painted in the color of Batuk. Rasik explained to Jagdish. So what is this illusion, Rasik? We don't have the answer, and whoever has the answer is saying he already answered it many times. Jagdish spoke in anger. Everyone became calm, and started remembering the secret that all three of them had forgotten. I am saying we must ask directly to Batuk. After some time Rasik suggested. Rasik's suggestion was simple and straightforward. Like he is eager to tell you his secret, go away and think, who knows, you might remember something. Dev scolded Rasik and suggested him. All three went separately and started thinking. 6 years ago, in the same courtyard of Gurukul, all three were in bliss and Batuk was worried. Today all three were tense and Batuk was looting happiness. The tide had turned. The sun also set, and so did the faces of all three, but the answer was still away from their reach. When Sanj Jalpan was being served, Batuk noticed that the friends were not drinking milk. All is well, friends? Batuk asked. When Batuk was about to read Rasik's face, just then Dev pushed Rasik behind. All is well, Batuk, we were just discussing a topic. We'll include you two, first drink milk. Dev spoke. Dev handled the situation smartly. I remembered Batuk got the answer when he asked in front of everyone, Jagdish said. Then I'll ask, Rasik said excitedly. Hey, sit down, everyone is in the middle of the Sanj Jalpan. At the end of Sanj Jalpan, we will pray to Gurudev for satsang. Dev explained to both of them. Jagdish, do you remember what satsang is? No, I thought you two have started taking the name of God these days. Rasik teased. I know very well that the company of truth is called satsang. That is, when good and truthful people together discuss a subject without taking anyone's side, it is called satsang. Jagdish replied irritably. Jagdish clarified that the name of God had come out of his mouth by mistake, as he had often heard the name of God from the mouth of Batuk. Exactly, by doing satsang you get answers to all your questions. With that, your sorrows vanish automatically. You get the knowledge of right and wrong, and you achieve your objective faster. Rasik said. Jagdish stared at Rasik, and indicated that he knew, so he should not be harassed anymore. Seeing Jagdish's anger, Rasik turned away. So let's drink milk with a calm mind. Now the answer will be found. Dev calmed down and said. Expressing their consent, all three started drinking milk. Oh wow! What has been mixed in milk today? It doesn't taste normal. Rasik chirped happily after taking a sip of milk.